Hello, first year credential teachers of the Covina area. I have been given the honor to present to you today about differentiation. As you see, differentiation, specifically interest, and with me, Alexander Getzo. I'm going to be taking you through this presentation. This is going to be in place of my intro video. I'm also going to have the student introduction videos later, but you may have me as introduction guide to my PowerPoint presentation, or you may go through it yourself, as you see here. This is where we are. This is where you click the video. Uh, First, differentiation, the definition from Renaissance.com is referring to the learning experience in which the approach or method of learning is adjusted to meet the needs of individual students, focusing on how a personalized learning. What does that mean? Essentially, you are focused on what the student needs and you are doing that. I've heard a lot in my classes, in my instruction, and in my job that student-based learning or student-centered teaching, which is defined as student-centered learning, has been defined most simply as an approach to learning in which learners choose not only what to study, but also how and when that topic might be of interest. The point behind that being is that the teaching is much more centered around the student and what they need, instead of you being told what to teach, or an admin giving you what needs to be taught, for example, which leads me into common misunderstandings, the rights and wrongs. Differentiation is not just about academic abilities in a classroom. It is not only for a certain type of student. It is not about creating a separate list for each student, and is not impossible. And that part is one of the most important ones to remember when you're going through teaching as a new teacher. As a first year credential teacher, there's going to be a lot of new experiences, a lot of new troubles, and you got to remember it is for classrooms with a diverse student population. So don't be worried just because you have diverse students with different needs, different uh, culture contact areas. We can get them covered. It is for any age group, so you can be in any level and be able to use it. And it is for catering to each student and their abilities. That is the most important part. Focus student number one is a GATE student. Their assets are creativity, good memory, intellectually curious, motivation, drive. I'm going to be going over a lot of this in the individual videos, so I'll leave most of this to that. But focus student number two is an ADHD student with creativity, empathy, multitasking, hyperfocus, high energy. Um, just things that we want to focus on there to use and focus on the needs, which I will be going over in the later videos. Uh, for the instructional examples and instructional element, we know that the element for this is interest. So basing our desire on that. For the expert groups, focus student one, who is our GATE student, students will be broken into groups to work together and become experts on a specific topic. It promotes deeper understanding and engagement. Educator can knowingly select a GATE student as a team captain. The group can focus on metacognition, develop an understanding around the interest, or in English setting, a genre writing style, depending on what we're teaching here. Specifically interest, we can focus on metacognition that will help them understand why they're learning and what they can do, and therefore that will translate into a more developed understanding, critical thinking, able to connect these thoughts to connect together. Pacing is easier to control in smaller groups. The team captain can be kept stimulated by managing their group. It feeds into creativity and intellectual curiosity, the points that we're addressing in the needs and the assets. For Focus Student 2, I decided the jigsaw for interest would be best in my classroom. Students are broken into groups. As you see, I like groups. But specifically for Focus Student 2, who has ADHD, students are broken into two groups, with a person breaking into original groups to learn more information, and then return to the original group to teach the group. This will be structured to plan around teaching students how to take good notes, provide positive reinforcement, and allow students to move around the class and encourage cooperative learning. ADHD students will benefit from is positive reinforcements and being able to move around the class if they want to fidget or whatever they have um, their needs and such that we'll be going over in the videos. To conclude, I want to thank everyone for your time and attention here. As you see, I have a little script at the bottom, but the main purpose of this is to introduce and inform you to new teachers what differentiation can look like in a classroom, specifically interest and with the two focus students in mind. I will support these two students by ensuring their needs, abilities, interests, and learning styles are all addressed and they can leave my classroom feeling happy and smarter. Uh, that is essentially my video. I want to thank, again, everyone here genuinely now for their time and everything. I hope you all have wonderful days.